Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen and I believe in dragons. And I had to learn a lot about my dragon. I had to know a lot about my dragon. The more I came to know about my dragon and my dragon's path, the more I felt more and more like them. I could sense what they think. I could feel what they think. I even could feel how they feel, and they feel not at all like they say in movies or in books or in stories. It's something unlike you ever heard before. It's so different, out of this world, and yet it's more than ever from this world. It's like understanding nature. It's like understanding the waterfalls and the waters and the trees all together, all coming as one, that you finally came to understand. This reptilian-like movements, everything that you need to know about a dragon is understanding them. But like I said, it's not the just not the one-way direction. It's also on the other way. And that means that the dragon also learns from us. Not like our wisdom. Maybe this, because we have this draconic energy inside of us that they learn from, and this could lead them to more knowledge and to more wisdom, because you will grow wisdom, you will grow knowledge, and you will remember. Um, but yeah, the dragon also needs to learn from us, and the most thing that they need to learn from us is our limits. What are our limits? The dragon's limits are very, very high. I mean, sometimes I can even say limitless. But yeah, until of course the dragon is also. They can also lose temper, so they are not quite limitless. They can also be like it's enough. But the dragon sometimes uh, cannot measure with us. I mean, we are so low in our limits that we have, that sometimes the dragon is surprised once they give you an assignment, something um, something that you need to do in your life, in order to understand the dragon. But um, this is too much, this is too heavy to bear, and this is something that you actually cannot handle, because you have to see the darkness to understand the light, and some people just cannot just accept this darkness, and this darkness will consume them, and the dragon will be surprised that you failed against the darkness. And this is where the dragon could fail. That is, that they cannot see where your limits are, and that is because they don't sometimes just cannot know humans, because we shouldn't forget we are still human, and our human soul is something that they cannot read, so they don't know where our limits are. Our physical state is human. So everything that we do on the dragon's path is as a human being. Inside of us is the draconic energy, of course, and they can understand it, and everything you say will be understood by the dragon. But there is more, there is that the dragon cannot understand, just like we cannot understand everything from the dragon, because our mind is a little bit too human for that. That is why we constantly need to manipulate it to understand and to open the gate of the dragon. So, in order to answer the questions you have to do effort. And that is something also that the dragon has to do in order to understand us. To understand us, they need to bury deep inside of us to understand where our limits are. And sometimes the dragon does that to try to understand us humans. And our human limits are very easily reached, more easily, much more easily than the dragon. And most of the time it's not anger, but it's something that will break us. The tests that the draconic path gives us can break a human being. It can break them all apart. But it doesn't have to, of course. You cannot be prepared to the test that the dragon's path is giving you. But the thing is, the dragon also does their best to try to understand us, and sometimes the dragon are a bit reckless inside of this. They are a bit strict and immediately inside of their path, and that is sometimes a mistake that they make. And this mistake is that they just uh, yeah, how shall I say it? Misunderstood, yeah, human beings. what their limits are and what they are actually as a human being, as an animal. Our mind, our soul, our energy is not limitless. And that is where the dragon sometimes fails in. And that is also sometimes when I see my brothers and sisters on the brink of actually darkness, falling into darkness, never to get up again. And I just don't want that. I hope that the dragon learns from you very much, very much, so that they can also know your limits and where your limits are. I never want that you will fall off your in the abyss of darkness, and I'm sure that your dragon didn't want that. But sometimes they just don't know. They just don't seem to understand the human limits. They believe that you are as strong as a dragon, and you are. But sometimes our human selves has reached the limit. The critical point sometimes has been reached, and sometimes the dragon just doesn't know that. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.